Probably the most powerful weapon that I have on this account is the Vigorous Chain Mace. The only problem with that weapon is that it absolutely drains through ether like no tomorrow. For every hour that I spend in the wilderness using this bad boy, I have to spend the same amount of time in the Revenant Caves farming ether. This week I was in the Revenant Caves and I ran into this PK who was pretty friendly. We started talking for a while and then this happened. Big 16 mil emblem pops on the floor. In an instant, this guy TB'd me and had no intention of just a friendly chat anymore. He was right on to me. He even had the perfect level account for killing me. At least 15 extra combat levels on me so that his DPS was just through the roof. But at the same time, I had like no chance of outrunning him and losing him just on levels of the wilderness. My only hope was to catch a freeze and I couldn't. I died and lost 16 mil. CVA, bro. Yeah.
He says, I'm sorry as he kills me. Like, no, you're not sorry if you're just coming in through with the DDS, are you, mate?
But, you know, fair play, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I've been punished for no reason and this guy's just been rewarded for being a bad human being, but he was there at the right time, so fair play. I say he. I mean, the account was called Shakira, so you never know. I just got PKed by Shakira. Can you say that? To be honest, my feelings towards revs have changed quite drastically over the last few weeks. If you don't already know, the revs had a big update to their drop table, and it's now 5 times more common to hit the rare drop table of the revs if you're on task. Going to the rev caves when you're not on task just seems silly now. Like hitting the drop table to get a Vigorous Chain Mace or a crossbow or Thamaran Scepter or even an Amulet of Avarice, which we're still missing by the way, is a 1 in 600 when you're on task. That's compared to a 1 in 5k when you're not on task. Like, do I even bother going schooled now when I'm not on task? Because the rate is just so far into Narnia that I might as well just play it safe and play casually and actually be able to relax while I'm killing revs. If I go schooled, I have to pay like 99% attention just to not die and lose my Vigorous Chain Mace. That would be absolutely catastrophic, by the way. I definitely want to avoid that. That being said, I have done a lot of Wilderness Slayer over the past couple of weeks, and I think I'm nearly at the drop rate. I've done 5 tasks, and you can actually take a Bracelet of Slaughter and switch that bad boy on just as you get the XP drop for the kill, and it counts as, you know, like, not it. It basically means that it doesn't count towards your task, or it has a chance to not count towards your task, but you can still wear the Bracelet of Ethereum for the entire kill and barely take any damage. Over the past few weeks, I've been so focused and, I don't know, flustered, I guess, about finishing... Flustered? What the fuck, man? Basically, I finished the gauntlet the other day and managed to get a both for my group and my partner. But because of that grind, I was so focused on it that I just forgot about loads of small things that have happened to the account over the past, like, 2 months even. But yeah, I actually managed to get a fire cape on the account, did it off task, was completely chilling with the bofa. The fire cape itself, I didn't think was going to be a massive upgrade. I thought, oh yeah, I'll just get it because it's cool. At the end of the day, it actually gives quite a lot of extra max hits over the Arctic Cloak. Outside the wilderness, you would probably use the Arctic Cloak because prayer is more important than just an extra max hit or 2. But in the wilderness, we have these blighted restores that are at endless supply because LMS is easy. It just makes sense to camp the fire cape because if prayer's not an issue, then go full send on DPS. That is the name of the game. Not only did I do my fire cape, I also tried Zulrah out for the first time in a long time. Like, I tried it way back in the day just to see if I could do it for the fun of it. That was with what, Elder Chaos Robes, Iban's Blast and a Rune Crossbow, and it just wasn't happening, had no DPS. So I came back, this time I got the Bofa and the Iban's Blast, tried it. Long story short, didn't have enough DPS with the Iban's Blast, actually here's me dying, so I decided to go with just the Bofa, and oh my goodness, this thing slaps. Like, I've heard of people doing just camp Bofa, but I hadn't really heard of people camping Bofa without the crystal armor. Actually turns out it's definitely viable. So yeah, if you're one defense out there and you've not done Zulrah yet, go and get your Bofa, and yeah, this is going to be absolutely slapping. Didn't manage to get any uniques, but at least I've got the method now for if we want to grind that out and go for the Magic Fangs and the Tans Fangs. I should probably mention one thing that's different on a one defense pure, and that is getting to Zulrah itself is a pain in the arse. I don't even know what the best method is. You can't use the fairy ring because we can't use fairy rings, and getting to a chart ship is a pain in the arse arse because I'm on thralls for the extra DPS to make the kills a little bit more bearable. What's like even the easiest charter method for you to get there? For the kills that I did, I was using a house tab to teleport outside my house in Rimington, take the charter ship from just outside Rimington to Port Tyrus, and then run from there. And by the time I got to Zulrah's shrine, I had like 2 stamina left, so I had to walk for most of the fight. I don't know. If you can think of a method, please tell me. This week, though, there has been a pretty big update for One Defense Pures, and that is the rejuvenation of the high scores. They have now added an extra filter to the already many filters that are on there for One Defense Pures and Skillers. So that's accounts with only 1 defense and accounts with no combat experience at all, or no combat levels at all. This is really cool because before I was just a normie account, so all my ranks and stuff, which are kind of hard to claim on a 1 defense account, are now, I'm getting the what's the word? The respect that I deserve from my peers. Although I am an ironman and a 1 defense pure, but I can only be on 1 high scores. There's no like joint ironman and 1 defense pure high scores. So I'll take what I can get. 1 defense pures is fine by me. I'm actually ranked 23 or something for Corrupted Gauntlet on there. I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, not bad at all. I think the Hot Prince is on like the 2nd or 3rd page. He's around rank 50, and we're both pretty high up on the medium clues. I don't really know what the ranks are for that, but we're pretty high up for that. This week there's been a pretty big update to RuneLite as well. They now have this thing called profiles, where you can basically save presets of plugins that you will use, and you can switch between them freely. This is quite useful for me because if I'm doing raids or something off stream or off recording, then I'll load all the plugins in, make it easyscape. But for recording stuff, I like it to look clean, so I think I'll probably set something up like that so that I can switch between those two nice and easy. Also for like recording clips, when I want to take all the interfaces off the screen, this is going to be really nice. But for the average player, I say for the average player, I'm the average player, just records as well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some pretty cool uses for it. Also wanted a black mask on this account so that I could build an undead combat dummy in my POH so I could test DPS and stuff out.
Yes!
Yeah, got my black mask and built my undead combat dummy inside my POH. The thing that I really wanted to test was the Thamaran Scepter, because that now has like its own damage and stuff for the wilderness, but like I couldn't figure it out because without the Salve Amulet it hits a 33. With the Salve Amulet it hits a 33. With the Sarah Imbued God Cape it hits a 33. Like, what have they done here, man? And I tried it with Ice Blitz as well to see if that was any different to the regular cast, and it doesn't even hit as high as it does in the wilderness. Like, I swear I've hit higher than that in the Rev Caves. So yeah, Jagex needs to fix this. In terms of what's next on the account, I'm at a bit of a lost end as to what to do. Basically, I'm well aware of at the moment, I'm putting in way more hours than Roger is, so I don't want to like steam train into the future and just leave him in the dust. But at the same time, I feel like I need to do something on this account. I'm really enjoying playing it, but I don't know what to do. I've been spending my time farming just general resources, doing farm runs, doing Hespori, making cannibals for Wilderness Slayer. I've been doing seaweed runs left, right and centre. I know that we're going to need a shite ton of seaweed for our crafting grind, and also sand. On a 1 defense pure, you don't have access to Lunar Spellbook, so you have to manually cook all your giant seaweed, which is like a 1:6 ratio. Every time you cook a giant seaweed, you get 6 soda ash, and then you have to make that by hand. We're going to need a crap ton of sand, and I also need like 10 mining levels so that I don't leech the Akaroom at TOA. So yeah, I'm going to have to go and mine a load of sand, but it's so boring. Like, I need something else to do, man. 87 Slayer, yeah, that's coming. I'm 81 at the moment. I have over 100 Laren's keys at the moment, so big chest opening coming. We need manacles, but it's boring. I don't want to do it. Yeah, so if you've got any suggestions, now would be the time to tell me. Of course, it's probably a good time to think about the roadmap for what's coming this year in terms of updates so that I'm ready. Like, I was not really ready for the Wilderness update. I had no effort in anything only 2 Revenant's weapons. It would have been nice to have all of them so that I could actually try out the content in full force. But the next thing that's come in, because official account builds was the most recent update, they now have Bounty Hunter, which is what coming in the next few months. So buy your dragon knives and your dragon throwing axes because they're going to skyrocket. Forestry is then coming in summer, or well, towards summer, and then Desert Treasure 2 comes in the summer. I don't know, what do I focus on? I feel like Bounty Hunter would be pretty fun on this account, but I would need, maybe I'd go for the Karasi because that could be pretty powerful. Yeah, maybe. Should we do that? Maybe I'll go for the Karasi grind. It's not something that you necessarily have to grind out between the 2 of you, so I think I will focus on that. Forestry is going to be, of course, fun, and we don't have dragon axes yet, so could go to DKs and try and get that sorted. Would just be so much more fun as a pair, man. I don't want to do it all on my own. Actually, I leave you guys with I forgot. I want to grind the voidwaker out, but voidwaker. But it turns out I forgot to mention something. The other day I had a bear's task, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll try the Bofa out at RTO. Did a couple of kills. And then on the 3rd kill, I got myself a voidwaker hilt.
No way. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What the fuck?
Like, this thing is 1 in 1k, so I got insanely lucky here. But it's an amazing drop to get out of the way because RTO is by far the worst boss to kill of the new wilderness bosses. The other one, the Spider and Calvarion, are just really cool. Calvarion is actually my favourite new wilderness boss, so I would love to grind out like nearly 1,000 kills. That wouldn't bother me at all. Just need to get the ether. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.